Today we're going to be taking it back a bit. For those of you that have been with this channel from probably the beginning, this may be a little throwback for you. What we're going to do is we're going to do a cheek cleanup along with trimming up the beard and then also the neckline. Now, I'm actually going to be sharing a little tip that I use when it comes to the cheek line. Now, there are a few options. Actually, there's a lot of options out there pertaining to how you like your cheek line. You can have it straight, you can have a curve, or you can just let it go natural. What I did here is I went with a natural curve. So for this natural curve, what I've used in the past is, let me find it. What I've used in the past is actually a Sharpie. Hopefully you can see this, just your general household Sharpie. Now, that was in the beginning, and a few of you actually might remember that, but I later kind of progressed from a Sharpie to an actual pencil, which was a lot, I mean, I progressed to the pencil because it's a lot easier to get off your face, obviously, but I didn't have one of those pencils handy, so beggars can't be choosers, and that's why I used a Sharpie today. I like to have a natural curve at my cheek line as opposed to a straight line. And again, it's just a matter of preference. And at other times, I do like to have a natural cheek line to where I just let it flourish, if you will, as you're gonna see at the beginning of this video. So yes, so we have the curve at the cheek line, and then we're going to go ahead and trim the beard in addition to actually trimming the neckline as well. Let's put it into rewind and go back to the beginning. All right, so here we are starting from the beginning. Yes, the hair is definitely disheveled along with the beard, the cheek line, and underneath, but we're gonna be taking care of that. Now, again, I have a Sharpie right here because I don't have a pencil on hand, so we're definitely taking it back to the roots with where I began by using a Sharpie, and then I progressed to the pencil because it was a lot easier to take off, but beggars can't be choosers. Now, first things first, what we're gonna do when lining up, we're gonna go from the sideburns to the mustache, and you're just going to pretty much do a natural curve, whatever you want your curve to be. And I just simply go right along here to the mustache, and I do it nice and gradual at first, and then if I want to have a deeper curve, I can always go back and do that. So here we are. Boom, so right here, sideburn. Hopefully you can see that, and go to the mustache, just nice and gradual, and kind of just keep on doing it and darken it up as you go along. Boom. Cool. So this is the curve on this side. Now you're going to go ahead and do the other side. So sideburn right here, and boom. There we go. There we go. And you can go back and forth to check out the symmetry. Now the other tool at hand. So the labeling on this package, it says Pro Brow Trimmer. Now you will find different shapes for these, and I've never had a problem with the different shapes, and I really don't have a preference. This is whatever I see first is what I grab. Now before you go ahead and start cleaning up your cheek lines, you're gonna wanna grab a washcloth and dampen it with some warm water, and just kind of wet your face, dab your face a little bit. That way it makes it a little easier when it comes to trimming up the cheek line. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. All right, so we've dampened up the cheek lines, and something else that'll be useful is a mirror. So we have a mirror in hand, and we're gonna go ahead and do the tracing. So all we're doing is we're just following that line that we've made. Now again, one of the benefits to doing this is that you can actually do a natural curve as opposed to doing a straight line or using a straight razor, because I don't feel that the straight razor is as precise. I mean, that's my opinion. Unless you go to a barber and have them do it, it's rather difficult to do a curve with it. It's easy to do a straight line if you choose to do a straight line, but for a curve, I highly recommend this tool right here. You know, I apologize. I forgot to do a super close before and after, but I guess you can get a general sense of it by looking at this side. Hopefully you can see that how much hair has come off of this already compared to this side and how it's still fairly dirty. But actually, you know what? I think to begin with, this side right here is more dense on the cheek compared to this side. But I mean, you get the general sense of how much hair was above the cheek line. So there we go to this right here. Well, yeah, super simple to do this, and it really does make a very drastic difference with the overall appearance, and you'll see that after we're done. Let's see here. So this side is now completely done compared to this side right here. Get a little close look. Hopefully that's not too scary for you. And we have all clean. And yes, there's still the mark on here, but we'll take care of that in a second. But now, oh, before we clean this up, we'll head back to this side. So we have the before, and we are gonna fix that right now. Alrighty, so here we have the after. And again, we still have the marker right here. I'm gonna go ahead and wash this off, and then I'll be right back. The marker is now off of the cheek lines, and I hope you can tell this, but I mean, the symmetry is pretty spot on both sides. And again, we went from the sideburns to the mustache with a slight incline with the curve. And again, curve purely a matter of preference. That's generally what I like to go with. If I'm in a hurry, I'll do a straight line. But if I'd like to take a couple more minutes, I'll go ahead and implement that curve. So there we are. Now, next up, we're gonna go ahead and clean up this beard. And then after the beard's trimmed up, I'm gonna hop in the shower, do my hair, so then we can have a proper before and after. So next up, the beard. Now, when it comes to trimming the beard, you wanna make sure that your beard is washed, there's no product in it, and that it's completely dry, because this is gonna give you more of how your beard lays naturally as opposed to when it's wet. Even when you towel dry your beard, it's not really going to set like it normally does throughout the day. So again, the beard is completely dry, and I'm gonna go ahead and brush through it. And then once it's brushed through, then I'm gonna go ahead and trim it starting from the bottom. And you wanna make sure when you're trimming your beard, make sure and do gradual steps, because obviously you can always go shorter, but once you've gone too short, you're gonna have to wait for it to grow back out. So baby steps when it comes to trimming your beard. Another pointer I have for you is make sure to start from the front and work the way back, because if you start from the back and work your way towards the front, you may have gone too short back here, and therefore you're gonna have to even it out, you're gonna have to make the front a lot shorter than what you initially anticipated on doing. So again, short baby steps, starting from the front and working your way back. I am growing out my beard. I'm growing out my hair as well. But the reason I'm trimming my beard is because there's stragglers that generally, there's a few hairs that grow faster than the rest of the beard. And when it does that, it makes your beard appear a lot more thin than what it actually is. So when you trim up those out layers, essentially you're making your beard look fuller. Let me go ahead and grab my scissors. Dust this thing off, because again, it's been a while, so I have my beard struggle kit right here. And we have, I don't even know if the beard struggle still carries these anymore. I know they were sold out, but it's cool. You can put your scissors, beard comb, beard brush in there. So I have my scissors right here. I'm getting all fancy with this black and gold, and let me see here. They have the, so black and gold. I'm not sure if you can see this or not. Here, I'll put it up here. Hopefully that'll come in focus. Let me put my hand behind it. There. Hopefully that's in focus. So black and gold, you have the beard struggle right here with the face. But again, any scissors will suffice. I just happen to have these. And also when you're trimming up your beard, I also like to get the out layers that are kind of just like going out everywhere on the sides. That way it does kind of lead to that overall, I guess, girthier presentation, if you will. Something else that I do when I'm trimming up my beard is stop every couple minutes or so, brush through your beard so you make sure that everything is nice and even. Make sure and keep it nice and gradual. Another pointer that I haven't mentioned yet is when you are trimming your beard, make sure to trim it at different angles. And what I mean by that is look straight into the mirror and trim it this way. And then also put your head down and trim over the top, because that's going to get the beard hairs that are actually pointing straight out. That's going to clean those up. All right, now next up, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take a razor and I'm going to go straight down and clean up my side beard or my neckline going this way. And again, really simple. And again, it's a matter of preference as far as the angle of the line. I generally start at the corner of my earlobe and I go back at an angle because I like the fuller look as opposed to the straight down appearance, I guess you can say. And again, that's all a matter of preference. So now for the side neckline, I generally either use a disposable razor or I will use a safety razor. Hopefully you can see that. Just a regular safety razor. I think I picked this one up at either Target or Walmart. Let me go ahead and wipe this down, and then I'm gonna come back and do the little line. And actually, I'm gonna go ahead and go to this mirror back here and do my line, and then I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. But here's a little close-up. Hopefully my ears are clean. But there's a close-up of my neckline. And then this one right here. And so now I'm gonna head over here. Oh, before I go over here, what I do is with the hair back here, because I am growing that out, so that I don't cut it, I kind of brush it back into the rest of my hair so I don't accidentally cut it with a razor. So I just go like this. And then on this side, same thing. And then with my beard hair, I brush that in this way. So there we go. And the same thing on this side. There we go. Now I'm going to head over here. And I just keep it at one simple stroke. All right, so here is this side. Boom. I do just the one swipe because I don't want to get into the main body of hair because again, I am growing that out. And I just want to keep it looking natural for the most part, but not completely Neanderthalic, if that makes sense. I want to make it look like I take care of myself a little bit, but I still want that natural appearance. That makes sense. Okay, a little recap of what we did. We made the line with permanent marker. I mean, ordinarily I use a pencil, but back in the day I used permanent marker and I didn't have that pencil, so beggars can't be choosers. Use the marker to make the line, cleaned up the line with the eyebrow razor. We went ahead and we kind of cleaned up underneath, and I don't know, to me, my beard does appear to look fuller now, and I like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do like the whole natural, like, ratty look, but I wanted to clean it up just a tad bit, and I'm still gonna let it grow out. So we cleaned up underneath, and then we also touched on the neckline on both sides, and I didn't go straight down, I actually went back at an angle. Now, we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna jump in the shower, clean off, do my hair, and I'm going to make a proper before and after comparison. Be right back. All right, here we are. So my initial thoughts from looking in the mirror, I mean, this is a drastic change from the beginning, and all it took was a few simple steps, cheek line to trimming up the beard and the neckline. So generally, my next step is to grab some beard oil. I have here beard oil from the Beard Struggle. Again, it doesn't have to be from the Beard Struggle, obviously. Use whichever beard oil you prefer. So here we go. So 4 drops of beard oil into the palm of my hand. Go ahead, warm it up. And now when you are using the beard oil, if you use the beard oil, Go ahead and rub it in. And now when you rub it into your beard, make sure that you're rubbing it into your skin. A lot of people, there is a misconception that you just want to put it in your beard just on the hair, but it's actually beneficial to your skin because your skin dries out because the oil goes onto your beard and you don't produce enough oil, generally speaking, to moisturize your beard hair and your skin. So that is that with the beard oil. Next up, because I have a longer mustache, I like to put some balm. Some people use mustache wax, but I find that's a little too sticky to deal with. So again, Beard Struggle, balm, but obviously you don't have to use the Beard Struggle, whichever beard balm you prefer, or mustache wax. So go here, I'll warm it up. Boom, 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 there we go. It doesn't take a whole lot. Hopefully you can see that. And now I use this in my mustache for structure. It keeps the whiskers from kind of fraying out. So yeah, so there we go. And then the excess I put in my beard and also in my hair for when I comb it later. And again, going back to the before image to what we have now, it definitely looks a lot more presentable and it actually looks a lot healthier in my opinion. Also, I haven't really mentioned anything pertaining to feedback or your sharing your tips and tricks that you might have pertaining to growing out a beard. Do you think that you should touch your beard at all? Are you one of those people that just lets it grow out naturally and just however it comes out, that's how it is? Or do you prefer the upkeep when growing out a beard? And if you do, what are some tips and tricks that you have to share with us to help the whole community out? Yeah, so I guess that's going to do it for today. I hope that you found this video helpful, perhaps intriguing. If you did, please go ahead and give this a thumbs up and maybe even subscribe if you aren't already. Until next time, peace.